Now that you've learned how to make different parts, we have to go on to making assemblies. So here are the dimensions for the 4 basic parts that you need to create. When you go to Inventor, they should look like this. Here's the rod, the triangle, your rectangle, and your block. Once you have these shapes, you're going to use them to build a tower in an assembly file. So I'm going to go over here to open an assembly file. So I'm going to go to the eye in the corner, then click New. And instead of choosing standard IPT like we normally do, I'm going to go down one and choose standard IAM and choose an assembly file. When I create that, I can see the ribbon up top gives me different options. And what I can do is I can place in any of the parts that I made. So just to show you how to use this, I'm going to place in 2 of the blocks that we made. So as you can see, it pulls up all of the files that I have. So that's why I said it was very important to name your folders properly. So I'm going to choose my block and I'm going to hit open. Then I can basically stamp in as many blocks as I want. So I'm going to just stamp in 3 of them. Okay. Now I could go and I could get other shapes as well. So I'm just going to show you one other shape. I'm going to go and I'm going to choose place and then place again. It's going to pull up my files and I'm going to grab a rectangle and I can drop that one in. Okay, so as you can see, I can get multiple parts in there and I can use just one or I can do multiple. Anytime you place it, you just click on the screen. When you're done, you can right click and hit cancel. Now to actually align them, you're going to come up here and you're going to choose constrain. When you choose constrain, you have several different options. You have the first one here, which is mate. You have angle, tangent, insert, and symmetry. Now when you have mate, it's when you're matching a side to a side on an angle. You're clearly making an angle. For a tangent is when you are matching up a round shape with a straight edge. Insert would be if you wanted to place something into a hole that you had drilled. And then symmetry would when you want it to be equal. Now we're going to start off with the mate. It's the most common. You can either match up face to face or you can line them up. So for example, if I choose flush and I want this side to be even with this side, they're going to be on the same plane. Even though they're not right next to each other, these are on the same plane. If I wanted them to touch, I would want to switch it to mate, and now those sides will touch. They won't stick until you hit apply. So if I wanted those to stay like that, I could hit apply. But let's say I wanted this side and this side to now be next to each other. I would switch to flush, choose this side, and now you can see they're even. Now maybe I want this side and this side to also be flush. I'll apply this one, and then I can also make this flush with this. Now you see it looks like one long block there, even though it's 2 separate pieces. So when you're building your tower, you can start and you can choose where you want to place things and use these to attach them in different ways. Right now we're not doing anything circular, but you can mess around with the settings on all of these until you build something. Make sure you save it and then upload it to the Google Classroom so I can check that you've done so. Enjoy!